Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Did we actually bring back dire wolves from extinction? How should I know? That's way above my pay grade. What I do know is we got another clutch of carpet pythons on the ground here, so let's check that out. So I told you we were expecting more eggs coming, and well, yeah, obviously that's definitely the case. That's why we're here. It's not New Girl. She's still working. More updates to come on her. But we do have a clutch from my citrus tiger girl. So let's take a look at that, and let's talk about this pairing in particular. Alright, so my normal disclaimer when we're getting into clutch pulling this time of year, I let cages get gross. There's shed, there's a little poop, there's some urates and stuff in there. It's pretty barren, okay? I leave it like this during this time of year on purpose. Gotta leave her funk and her odors in there so she feels at home. So after today, this is going to be getting a big overhaul today, so I'm just going to take these doors off now. Oop, slinging urates. All right. Here we go. The moment of truth. I love seeing that. We're going to get her off of this beautiful clutch of eggs that she's worked so hard on. We'll get her cleaned up. I could let her maternally incubate, but she's not in any sort of nest container to help maintain humidity, and I don't really want to put her through that again. She's done MI for me in the past, and it was great. She did a wonderful job, so it's so cool. Look at you. Look at this. I've got her and her entire clutch in my hands. That's amazing. I could, in theory, put her in a nest box. Do I have any? Not really. I don't have anything. Alright, well, this is kind of interesting. I've got her in my lap. Her and her entire clutch. Let's see. Got a slug there. Another slug here. Get those out of there. Oop. Yeah, mama. Yeah. Oh, good job. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Look at this. Mom and her babies. She's looking for it too. She wants to get right back on them. Alright, let's put these here for now. Put her down so I can free up my hands, and we'll take a count. Okay, this is a massive clutch of eggs. This is not going to fit all in here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20. That's 20 eggs, I think. That's huge. Is it going to fit? Heck no. Well, maybe. We got those bottom ones there. A little more airflow for those ones in the bottom. Open that up a little bit. Oh, it's still too tall. All right, that ought to work. Now for the test. Oh yeah, clear of the lid. So 20 eggs and 2 slugs. That's a huge clutch. Okay, and that means we've got 20 eggs, 2 slugs. 53 days puts us right around May 31st. So we're gonna pop these guys in the incubator, and why don't we take a look at Dad? All right. So that female we just pulled the clutch from was like my OG female citrus tiger het albino. And a couple years ago, I got the first clutch from her, pairing her with a striped caramel albino male. He was a possible super, and we ended up proving him out there in that first pairing by getting some normal. So obviously he wasn't a super caramel. But that clutch did yield the world's first albino citrus tigers. Now, citrus tiger isn't a morph. It's a line that Eric Burke of EB Morelia purchased an entire clutch of specific looking coastal tigers, bred it, kind of produced it and kept it going, and kind of kept this particular look going, and then bred it with an albino Darwin to create the hets. And I got one of those original female hets and have bred her multiple times. This past season, I was hoping to breed her to a male citrus tiger het albino that was a little bit different, and he didn't want anything to do with breeding. So instead, I tapped this guy. He is, in fact, the world's first caramel albino citrus tiger male that she produced. Now, don't freak out. It's not uncommon or unusual or harmful for line breeding in reptiles to utilize related animals, siblings, parents, siblings of siblings, so on and so forth. It's not like people, they don't have a lot of inbreeding depression very early on. It takes many generations to see any signs of that. There's a lot of interrelatedness, but then there's a lot of animals that are outcrossed in there. Anyway, that's not why we're here. We bred this boy back to mom. He's a caramel albino citrus tiger. He's amazing. I love this guy. His name is Skittles because he's got pink, he's got yellow, he's got orange, he's got white. I mean, sans red, green, and blue. He's got the rainbow in him, right? So Skittles it is. And he's a sweet boy. He's a great eater. He's a wonderful male. And this was his first time being tapped in, and it turns out he's also a great breeder. So can't complain. Very happy about the way this guy looks. He is something special. You can see all that orange in there. See the crispy whites. I don't think the camera can pick up the pink blushing in his face. You can see a little bit of it on his nose, but yeah, he's a stunner. He's a good looking dude. So what does that mean for the offspring that should come? Well, when you're doing albino to hets, basically you're going to get a lot more visuals than hets. If you know what Punnett squares are, you could plug that into a Punnett square and basically just do a visual albino to a het, and you'll get about 2/3, I believe it is, visual albinos, if not 75%. I'm very rusty on that. Do not hold me to that. But then being a caramel, we should get some caramel citrus tigers, caramel albino citrus tigers, and I'm really looking forward to seeing if breeding the son back to mom like improves the look in any way, enhances the colors, enhances the stripes, enhances the portholes on the side, things like that. Who knows? This is uncharted territory for the line, the project, for me, for carpet pythons. So it'll be interesting to see how the babies come out. But regardless, more citrus tigers and albino citrus tigers is a fabulous thing. So Very happy. I know I could have left mom on to maternally incubate that clutch again, and I do enjoy doing MI, but I just don't have nest box set up, and I'm just not mentally prepared for that. So maybe next year, but I've done it a couple times. It's a wonderful thing to do it. If anybody's on the fence about doing it, I highly recommend you do it at least once in your lifetime. It is a good experience. You will learn a lot about your animals, and it's not as scary as people say. So, but yeah, anyway, enough of me rambling. This is Skittles, the male caramel albino citrus tiger. He's the world's first, and now he's a dad. Well, now he's a proven breeder. He'll be a dad in a few months once those babies hatch. So, congrats, buddy. Good work. Way to get it done. Can't complain about more carpet pythons in the future, right? All right. So, quick update on New Girl. She is still really uncomfortable, really backed up. Things are starting to keep moving. She's getting really edgy and testy. And I've been trying to keep her nice and humid and moist, as I said, and just be hands off with her and see if that helps at all. We'll see if it gets any better. Obviously, this is a day-by-day situation. We're going to see what we can do. I do have some exotics vets in the area with emergency options should we get to that point, but we're not quite there yet. We're only day 31, 32 post-ovulatory shed. She still looks like she's physically working through her process. So right now, I'm just trying to support her as much as possible. But with that being said, the next clutch that I will be expecting is that jungle carpet clutch from Stardust, that striped ocelot, possible jungle producing animal. There's a repeat pairing from last season, so we'll see if lightning will strike twice in there and get some similar results from last season with those beautiful ocelots. And then obviously the Brettles are still breeding and doing their thing. So we're just gonna keep it moving, keep rolling. This train's moving right along. We got carpet pythons starting to drop clutches left and right. I'm gonna do a bunch of feeding today, and yeah, things are looking pretty good. Did get a pre-lay shed from Miss Red Zeppelin over there, the female corn snake. So she is potentially a week or two away from dropping her first clutch of eggs. We've got egg boxes ready to go for that in the smaller incubator over here. And the female Het Sable Hognose female is also due to have her pre-lay shed any day now as well. So with any luck, we should have probably some colubrid eggs next, and then some more carpet python eggs, unless New Girl surprises us and manages to push out some of those slugs or whatever the heck the status of whatever's in her is. Of course, I'm going to keep you guys appraised of that and keep it up to date on here with everything that's going on. But yeah, otherwise, we're just kind of waiting for the next clutch or oddball thing to happen. Yeah, growing up snakes, feeding snakes, planning for future snakes, getting ready for a bunch of little baby colubrids, assuming we get fertilized colubrid eggs this year if all goes well. And yeah, looking forward to having some good stuff. So unless anything surprises us in the next 12 to 18 hours, like tonight or tomorrow morning, that's probably going to be it for me out here. But I'll be picking up the camera in a couple days, grabbing some more information and footage on what's going on with New Girl, hopefully some more Apodora updates, kind of keeping an eye on what's going on with her, and then some more colubrid stuff going on. But you know me, I'm just filling time, filling vlogs, making cool stuff about whatever's going on over here, and just trying to keep you guys appraised of what's going on. All the folks in my Discord really like what's going on. They really love the content, and they keep giving me wonderful suggestions. And then I'm also just kind of vlogging everything that's going on around here as it happens. So nothing fancy, nothing special, nothing sensational. It's just my life, so wouldn't have it any other way. But I appreciate you all joining me on this and viewing the videos. I've seemed to have gotten into a routine of dropping videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I don't know what's wrong with me. I went from having a hard time doing one a week to now doing 3 a week, and not really sure where that came from. So I appreciate all the support one way or the other. Yeah, So go check out my sponsors, Reptile Husbandry Designs. Use code RR10 at checkout to get yourself 10% off. All these wonderful 3D printed snake accessories, perching, enrichment items in the sort. Last year, found out about 70 people used the code Riley50 over at Reptiles Express to get their discount on shipping. And that code is still active, so go check out my sponsors, Reptiles Express. Now, I know we're still getting some snow and some cold weather in some places, and it's not quite warm enough to ship. And I know some of you guys have jumped onto the Morph Market shipping, and that's totally fair game. I personally am a fan of loyalty. I'm loyal to my team and my company. I love Reptiles Express, so sticking with them. They've always done good to me, so that's where my team is at. They do amazing things over there. They've got all the supplies you need, and if you use code Riley50, you will get 50% off the standard FedEx shipping rates for up to 10 labels per customer. The more you ship with them, the more your discount grows and increases. What more can you ask for? So they are wonderful people, reptile people, shipping for reptile people. What else can you say? With the money you'll save from those discount codes, why don't you go get yourself a USARK and USARK Florida membership if you're not already a member. Those two organizations are the only groups out there working to keep unjust reptile legislation off the books in all the states around the country. So they're working for us, whether we've asked for them or not. So they support us. The least that we can do is support them. So go become a member if you aren't already today. Sign up, donate if you can. Every little bit counts. And yeah, if you like what we've got going here in terms of support, you can join the Patreon family. Gets you access to the Discord, early access to babies, inside scoop of what's going on here, discounts on merch, and a whole lot more. So a lot of fun. If that sounds interesting to you, just look me up on Patreon, Riley Jimison on patreon.com. My patrons are awesome, really cool people, very creative, give me a lot of good ideas, and just ultimately a really cool supportive community. So if that sounds interesting to you, come on over. All right, with that, I will see you guys next time. I'm going to get this girl cleaned up, get her home redone, get her back so she can rest. Clutch number 5 is in the incubator. Here we go.